Hey everybody, welcome to Raising Vibrations and welcome to Chart of the Day. I hope you're all well. I'm excited to actually be sharing what's going on in the planetary alignments and energy manifestations at this stage. I want to get into that with you today. Also, I wanted to thank everybody that was writing and commenting on the most recent videos we created, the Jupiter through the houses, and also the Mars-Venus, through the houses, that new phase conjunction. And also the 3-month forecast, which of course was done earlier in the month, in October. So I hope you're watching those transits. I hope you're getting a very strong sense of what is actually transpiring for you right now, because they're really, really big transits. So if you haven't watched them and you don't know what I'm talking about, go over to that to my page and check out those videos. Share them with people that you know as well. Okay, so what you're looking at on the screen right now is, I just wanted to let everybody know that on the 10th of December 2017, I'm starting a Evolutionary Astrology Foundation course. And this will be for 6 weeks, and we'll be learning about all the 12 archetypes from evolutionary astrology's perspective. And we'll also be looking at Pluto, the nature of Pluto, how this correlates to the soul and desires, and then how the South Node and North Node as well. And what I've noticed about these classes is that if you do sign up for them, you're not just learning EA, you're actually getting a gateway to all the sort of directions that I can offer you. Because I've been doing this for such a long period of time, I have a lot of gateways. I have a lot of ways to direct you in your ability to learn this material, because it's a very vast universe. And also you can bring your charts and friends' charts, and we go through them as well. So it's a great opportunity to really get intimate with your own chart as well during the course. So that's on the 10th of December. And in the comments plus the description. So when I say description and comments, I mean in the comments below in this video, and also in the description of this video, you'll see a link to sign up for that. Okay. And just click on the link. It will take you directly to a page where you choose your time, your time zone, and so on and so forth. And you get that set up for yourself. Then also, I do run this thing called the Metamorphosis Program, which is a very special program to myself. It embraces you into a small group that I have of people. It is a dedicated 12-week intensive program where we learn about your astrology. I'm restructuring this whole thing, so I've got a lot more things to put into place for people. So I'll be looking at your human design. We'll be looking at your astrology as well, your evolutionary astrology. We're talking about certain things that are very healthy for yourself, and there are many other things that I'm going to be bringing to this program. So if you're interested in really spending 12 weeks of consistently just paying attention to what it is that you're here to do, how you're programmed, what's your best way to understand energy, then check out the Metamorphosis Program as well. That's something that you should email me for, or go read about it on my website. Again, all of that information will be in the description and the links. And finally, just to let everybody know, the Learn Your Chart, right? This is something that's really dear to my heart. Learn Your Chart is a new way to actually be able to engage with an astrologer. In other words, you send me your birth details and everything, and you sign up for this, and I create a PDF that not only has your chart, but also a link to 24 personalized videos of your natal chart. In other words, there's 2 videos for each placement that your sign is in. So if you've got, say, for instance, Venus in the 5th house, Gemini, I've recorded videos, specifically Venus in the 5th house and Venus in Gemini, and those are all linked with this PDF with your chart in it. And it's a 24 video playlist, including a 1-hour video of your Pluto placement as well. So this is a really great way to actually listen to how your chart is operating before you meet me, so that when you do actually meet me for the 1.5-hour reading that we have afterwards, you've got questions that you've thought about, you've already got connected with your chart. We don't have to spend time me trying to teach you what it's about. You've already done that for yourself. So I highly encourage anybody that's really, really wanting to get a reading to check that Learn Your Chart out. It's a really great way to be able to get really connected with your chart and maximize the amount of time that there is to actually have an astrology conversation with an astrologer. You know, you're investing a lot of time and energy into something like that, and I feel like it's really important to respect your soul's journey when you're going deep into yourself like that. Okay. Cool. So that's me sharing you what I'm doing at the moment. There's some other projects that I'm working at this stage. I have got a very strong burst of energy moving through me right now. So I'm really hoping to try and pack in a lot of content for everybody, whether it be paid content, some free content, some live streams and such. I'm going to try and set that up. Okay, so let's get onto our chart of the day. This is for the 11th of November, 2017. And what you're looking at right now is the transits and how the aspects are being made at this point. So let's have a look. Firstly, you can see, I mean, the first thing that I really want to pay attention to with regards to this chart is the fact that the sun is exactly squaring the nodal axis. Okay, so there's the sun there at the moment. It's at 19 degrees Scorpio, and it's making a connection to the north node at 19 degrees Leo and the south node in Aquarius at 19 degrees Leo. This is an exact square. Pardon me, I said a conjunction, but I meant square. So what does this actually entail? Well, because I teach evolutionary astrology, I understand the context of the soul, like our evolution through that paradigm. When we're looking at squares to the nodes, we're looking at the need to integrate an aspect or tension from a karmic perspective. In other words, something that we are trying to work through is having some tension added to it. So in this particular instance, it's the sun there at 19 degrees Scorpio, okay, and it's squaring the nodes. So when you look at the signs of Leo and Aquarius and Scorpio, we're dealing with emotional transparency, okay? That's the archetypes here. We're dealing with how do we emotionally detach, so that would be the Aquarius part, and how do we then objectify the reality within ourselves, okay? So how do we allow for us to have emotions and then for there to be transparency through them? And when we're able to access this, when we're able to access the emotional transparency with ourselves, not with other people, but with ourselves, we're able to really feel what's alive within us. And that's where the Leo archetype comes in. The Leo archetype shows us what feels alive within us, you know, what moves us, what excites us. And if you want to go deeper into the process of the brain itself, what are the biochemical reactions occurring within your pineal gland, within your pituitary gland, you know, the secretion of dopamine, etc., that is exciting you? How are you looking and bringing joy into your life? How are you embracing new potential, new possibility? How are you feeling about being alive? Like all of these things really gives you this essence that we're all trying to allow ourselves to feel move through us. And that's why I took the picture on the left-hand side here, because it really represented to me the ability to have our emotions flowing, you know. And Scorpio, within the context of this, is the ability to really osmose with and merge. Now, when you think about the words osmose and osmerge, you're feeling connected and bonding. You're feeling the sense of attaching yourself to something and then allowing yourself to move through the experience of joy, move through the experience of feeling alive, you know? So when you wake up in the morning, as an example, and your mind and your psychology attaches to what the day is going to be for you, do you feel a lack of enthusiasm? Do you feel a sense of something's not right? If that's the case, then how are you allowing emotional transparency to, you know, get deeper into the psychology of why are you fearing taking charge of your life, as an example? Why are you allowing yourself to not feel the emotions that is talking to you, you know? And so this is a very powerful energy that's moving through us right now. Venus has just moved into Scorpio. There you can see it's at 5 degrees. There's the sun. There's the Venus there at 5 degrees Scorpio, and it's approaching Jupiter. So there's a big interest here around really getting to the nature of our desires, really getting to the nature of the core sense of emotional depth that we hold when we feel embraced by something. How many times have you engaged in a project where you felt that you really never cared about it? How many times did you engage in anything where that energy wasn't available? Did you find yourself having natural inspiration, natural insights, natural enthusiasm? Or was there a sense of aloofness, a sense of detachment, a non-caring, feeling, and almost to a certain degree like a disassociation of what that is like? Well, this is kind of the square at the moment. There's these flip-flopping angles of, are we, allowing ourselves to feel within us a sense of commitment to something, or are we letting it just are we letting our lives just move through us and not really engaging emotionally to feel what it's like to be us alive? And this is something that I've personally come to really connect with within myself is, a lot of the time, emotions can speak to us in a way that reveals to us a sense of uneasiness, or this is not where we want to be. But because we live maybe in the mind, we can override those feelings with mental thoughts and ideas and positive affirmations and all that type of nonsense. And I'm not a big fan of those things unless it is directed at your inner dialogue, in which you're looking and communicating with yourself, and you're helping yourself become more emotionally stronger, helping yourself become more emotionally empathetic towards yourself. These are the types of like positive affirmations that I would use, or think that are healthy. And that's my own personal opinion that I'm giving you there. But coming back to the context of what I'm sharing, there is that sense of, can I osmose with it? Can I engage in it? Can I commit with it? Can I feel the experience, the rush that is here for me to experience with life? And I think that with Venus and its connection, there you can see Venus in Scorpio making the trine all the way to Neptune in Pisces. There's the trine, both to Jupiter and to Neptune. This is an invitation to really be able to get deeply osmosed and connected with that feeling of meaning and purpose versus absent of meaning. And I think that both of those polarities could actually exist, to be honest. I think that both of them could absolutely feel between a loss of meaning and purpose and fulfillment. And I think that when you look at the relationship between Neptune and Venus and Jupiter, and the sun square to the nodal axis, they kind of tie in together, where do you feel creative? Are you like this log over here? This log can be this process of a barrier where we feel the essence of our beingness being blocked, and then things are dying, as an example. Or are we creating necessary, healthy connections and boundaries around us that supports the flow of our emotions to move through us? This is all a very powerful message that's coming through in a way that can really just point us to this question: do we want this or not? Do we want this? Do we want the life that we feel that we are here to experience? And if the question's yes, how do we make the necessary steps every single day to show up, bringing that perspective more closer to us? Yeah? Okay, everybody. Well, I really hope that you got something out of today's conversation. I'm definitely wanting to do a lot more chart of the days for everybody. I know that it was very much loved when I was doing it consistently, but I've kind of just had to go on a very little interesting detour within my own personal story at this stage. And I think that I have Saturn on my Neptune, and then when Saturn leaves my Neptune, so I have Neptune at 27 degrees Sagittarius. Saturn, as you can see, is 25 degrees. Once Saturn's finished transiting my own Neptune, it's going to move into my 12th house anyway. So I'm definitely in for a kind of very deep internal hermit healing experience. And I hope that I come out the other side vaguely looking the same that I would have done when I went in. But I don't really think that that's going to be the case. Whenever you go through Neptune transits, you kind of enter it looking a certain way, and you come out the other side going, where did I go? Anyway, all right, guys, have a fantastic week. I hope to speak to you soon. Don't forget to check out all of the details that I was talking about, the foundation course on the 10th of December, the Metamorphosis group and program. That's really, really cool. I love getting involved with that in that process if you're really, really hardcore and committed to transforming your life. And finally, the Learn Your Chart experience. As I said, all the information's in the descriptions and the comments below, okay? Have fun, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.